Yo, welcome back. Look, before we get into the story, look, my last video got 211 views and 9 likes in 2 days. Look, that might not seem like a lot, but to me, that's a lot. I just want to say thank y'all. Like, seriously, thank y'all. But this is going to be about how my first time smoking Salvia. So let's get into it. Alright, so this happened probably 2 or 3 years ago. I was in school and I was having a really shitty day, like a really, really, really bad day. And I hit up with my friends and I'm like, hey, what's up? You trying to hang out after school? He's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'm like, all right, bet. And I'm like, do you got anything? I'm like, I got something. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? And he's like, well, if you come over, I'll show it to you. I'm like, all right, bet. So, I get through my shitty day of school, and it was a very bad day. I just know that it was a very bad day. And I get on his bus to go home, right? And as soon as we get on the bus, he's like going through his phone or whatever. I'm like, hey, what you doing? And I'm like, and he's like, well, I'm just trying to, just trying to show you what I got. And I'm like, well, what you got? And he's like, I got some salvia. And I'm like, what the fuck is salvia? And at the time I didn't know what the fuck it was. And he's like, well, it's like weed and like shrooms, but faster. That sounds weird. And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, so like you just put it in a bowl and you smoke it? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, shit, I might try it. I might. And he's like, for sure, I'll friend it to you so you don't get to pay anything. I'm like, all right, bet. So it was a very boring ride home. He did have a fucking views. Like this is that time when people in school had the fucking geek bars and the elf bars. No, we had viewses or mud boxes. There's no in between. And so we had that, which is kind of good at least. But we get to his house. I say what's up to his mom. I say what's up to his dad. And we go to his room. And his parents are chill. Like he knows he smokes. He knows I smoke, and or they know I smoke. So we get in there and we start smoking some weed. And I'm like, what's this salvia stuff? And he pulls out like a little like dime bag of it. It was like purple. I'm like, damn, it looks like some exotic. And he's like, oh no, it ain't. And I'm like, so do you want to do it like right now? And he's like, I mean, we can if you want to. And I'm like, I'm kind of interested. Let's watch a video on it first. Cause like I've never done this before. And he's like, all right, but so he goes on YouTube and he looks up like I don't remember what exactly it was. Just something about like what salvia is or what effects it has. And so I start watching this, and I think it's fine. I'm like, oh, you kind of trip for like a minute or two, and then you're good. So I was intrigued. I'm like, all right, bet. This will be fun. But boy, it was not fun. It was not fun at all. So we watched this video, and I'm like, all right, bet. I want to do this now. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I want to. So he puts a little bit of weed in the bottom of the bowl, and then he puts a little bit of it on top. And he didn't have like a gram bowl. He had a really small, like half-gram bowl. But so, and we were using a bong. So I don't know if you're supposed to smoke salvia out of a bong, but I mean we did. And so I hit it, and then for like 5 seconds, I'm like, oh, I don't feel anything. And I just shut down. I'm talking, I just stop, like dead faced, just stop. And then I start looking at the ground, looking at the carpet and shit. And then I start getting scared. Like, I'm talking like horrified. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And he's like, and he starts shaking me, like, dude, what's wrong? You good? You good? I'm like, they're everywhere. And he's like, what's everywhere? I'm like, I don't know. And then I start like scratching my legs, like they're crawling up me. They're crawling up me. And then I literally fall off his bed onto the ground, and I start like rolling around. I start flipping out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And he's like, dude, calm down. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And then eventually, after like a minute, I just dead faced. I'm like, I'm good. He's like, what? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Like that felt good. I want to do that. I kind of want to do that again. He's like, dude, no, you're not doing that again. And I'm like, why? Because I didn't remember it. Like I didn't remember what happened. And the only reason why I remember it is because he told me. Like he told me what happened and what I did, and I was just flabbergasted, like literally flabbergasted, because like I was actually scared after he told me, because I'm like, oh shit, like holy fuck. So I started flipping out. I'm like, dude, am I okay? Am I good? He's like, yeah, you should be good. I mean, you seem fine. You seem fine now. And I'm like, okay, okay. And I start taking deep breaths. I take a hit off his vape. I'm like, I start trying to calm down. And then his dad busts in the door. He's like, are you okay? What's going on? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. We just, fell off. We started wrestling. And he's like, oh, okay, okay. And he just gave us like, I don't believe y'all kind of look. And I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. But yeah. And everything seemed fine. Like after it, I mean, I didn't feel anything like wrong with me or anything. And yeah. So, I mean, kind of crazy, but kind of boring at the same time. It was my first time doing it. But yeah. If you liked it, or excuse me, in the story. If y'all liked it and y'all want more Salvia stories, I got a few more Salvia stories. But if y'all liked it, leave a like, comment, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Don't forget to follow socials either.